Hello, 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 well-being and worth family. Welcome to day, I think I've lost track, 37 of the Wise Woman Wisdom Journey. I just had to turn off YouTube so it wouldn't feedback. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So today's title is Enjoying Your Own Swagger. So where am I going with this, right? So do you enjoy your own swagger? I think we love people who have it. I don't necessarily think we enjoy our own until we think we've lost it. So, what is swagger? What am I espousing today? So swagger, it's the way, people show up in the way they walk, maybe in the way they talk, the way they listen. Some people have swagger because they're really good listeners. Those people are very, very charismatic. And we're talking about swagger because we're talking about charisma. It's my second edition in the charisma column of my Trello board. What else is swagger? The way they sing, dance, play an instrument, do a sport, dress. I mean, in essence, it's just the way they exude being so fully in their skin. They're irresistibly charismatic. And I'll give you, for instance, as kids, we all have swagger because people think we're so cute, right? And then, depending on our experiences at school and our families and our health, that swagger, that knowing we are special innately, starts taking little dings, ding, ding, ding. Because as kids, we are like beautifully detailed cars, shiny, bright, powerful, radiant, exuberant. Though some of us get to adolescence with a few dings, kind of little scuffs here and there. And then others of us are not so lucky. And, we have to take on some pretty big dings. So that luster's gone. And maybe we have a few more scuffs, scrapes, dents. They're bigger, they're dings. And depending on the extent of the emotional trauma, the dings, the dents, the scuffs, we may create kind of masks to convolute what was there in the first place. So by the time we get to adulthood, we have changed from that bright, shiny, radiant car to something or someone that's recognizable to some, but not maybe to ourselves. Then, if we're lucky, we may easily step into our initial grace because we're like, just the seasoning of life will say to us, you know what, we're just as fine as we can be the way we are. Because we've acquired that wisdom from the dings and the dents. And we somehow repurpose and refashion ourselves and transform into a more resplendent version of ourselves, our true selves, right? And then there's the rest of us who admittedly have to hear the call, decide to answer it, and then do the work to step into that seasoned person that we may have idealized, right? And it's a journey. And hopefully we haven't spent too much idealizing the destination and retreated from doing the work and the transformation that happens on the journey. And I say all of this because 53, it's a big number to me. And as you know, I'm reading this whole thing about angel number 53 and delving into the mysticism of my life and this number and realizing there are no accidents or coincidences. And just the other day, a friend of mine delivered a book to me. She delivered a gift. And it was a humble little book. It's called the She Book. I recommend it. It's by a woman named Hanya Marcoul. I hope I'm saying that right. And it's a collection of prose and poems around the idea of doing what? Stepping into your true grace by embracing the many parts of ourselves, good and bad, and really learning lustily almost from what seemed like bad things because they made us richer and fuller somehow. And I'm like, wow, what a coincidence, new friend, that this is just the kind of book that's right up my alley this year. So I race home. I flip open the pages. You see, I put my little yellow Post-its on poems, and they're numbered 1 to 114. And there's a reason she gives in the book why they're 114. So I'm all kinds of geeked out because she's on her own number journey in writing this book, right? So I flipped to, of course, poems 3, 5, 8, because that's 3 plus 5, 35, 50, just to see where she was in that midpoint where, all of these ruminations started to come to my mind. And then, of course, some 53. Interestingly enough, there are powerful messages to me on each of those numbered poems or meditations, because it's a combination of both. So today, I thought, because I was pondering swagger, I'm going to share poem number 5. It starts like this. She's in between worlds right now. A part of her is leaving, but it's not like before. She's holding space this time, not sweating it, but breathing beyond her skin. She's good. She's even shape-shifting. The raven, the owl. She's unafraid of the bird's eye view, and unlike all other times, she isn't scared of the unknown. She's present and neither timid nor bold. It feels beautiful, like the song of a blackbird, and frightening, like the rumble of an avalanche. Oh my God! Wow. It really summed up the shift I feel unfolding inside of myself as I release some of the tethers of motherhood and take on the mantle of my next career as an entrepreneur and helper to others. Perhaps, and I think it's rather, in fact, it is helping me feel the return of basking in my new kind of swagger. So with that, my friends, that concludes day 37. You'll be hearing more from this book because there's days poems 3, 8, 53, and they're really, really, really moving. So with that, thanks for listening. Thanks for tuning in. I'm really digging this journey, and this book is making me dig it even more. So take care now, and I will see you tomorrow. Ciao for now.